Hello, everyone. Hello. We're so glad to have you with us. Welcome to Pampered Chef Live, our weekly live cooking demo. We're so glad to have you with us. My name is Michael. I am your moderator tonight, and I'm so glad you chose to be with us tonight. How are you feeling tonight? Where are you coming from? What state are you in? And I mean state literally and figuratively, post in the chat and let us know. And while you're there, drop an emoji if you're hosting a party or currently a guest in a party. We'd love to see that. During the next 30 to 45 minutes, we'll be joining Rachel and Joel from their home kitchen as she teaches us how to make a festive fruit pie for holiday gatherings, even if you're new to baking. That's right. If you are intimidated by pie making, stick around. You might find some inspiration in Rachel's story here as well. After the demo, we will be selecting 3 attendees for a product giveaway. So if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube right now, first of all, welcome. But be sure to register for the event right now through the Zoom link in the description of this post so you can be eligible for tonight's drawing. We'll also have some Q&A time with Rachel after the demo. So if you have a question you'd like her to answer, please drop it in the Q&A feature here in Zoom. And that's different from the normal chat feed. Our staff will save some questions for Rachel to answer at the end. We'll get through as many of them as we can. A couple other housekeeping notes. Everyone will get the recipe handout in your email about an hour after the demo ends. So look for that. You can also find it right now on our website. Just go to pamperedchef.com/live-events or .ca/live-events and look for the recipe handout button. Second of all, please take the survey that pops up in Zoom when you sign off. We want your feedback, and we use that to make these shows better. And we pick an additional winner for a bonus giveaway every week from that survey. Last thing, if the Zoom chat is too busy, you can always turn it off, and I will tell you how to do it. If you're on your computer, just click the little arrow next to your chat button at the bottom of your screen and click Stop Showing Chat Preview. If you're on your phone, open the chat, tap the bell icon, and select Mute. And you can hide the emoji reactions by selecting More with the 3 little dots and selecting Hide Reactions. And I'm going to go ahead and hide now and turn it over to Rachel and Joel. So kick back, grab a beverage, relax, and let's get cooking. Take it away, friends.
Hi guys. So I'm not going to keep up with the chat. I'm going to let you guys know that right off the bat, but I have already seen names of friends and family and customers, so thank you guys so much. I have so much support for this. I don't even know why Pampered Chef chose me, but I'm so excited. So I wore my t-shirt. If you can see, it says Taste Tester. It's got my cocoa bean with a Pampered Chef hat. One of my favorite customers made that for me. I just want to show you that before I went ahead and put on my kids club apron. Now I'm not doing a kids club demo tonight, you guys, but I often get asked for people that have big kids, will the apron work for them? So I'm all of 5 feet tall. This is where we are. So if you have a bigger kid, it will be just fine. So I am Rachel. This is my hubby Joel. We are going to get right to it on making this pear pie because there's a lot to do, and there will be plenty of time to chat during some of the more labor-intensive parts of this recipe. So if you're following along, if you have the Season's Best Cookbook, which is what I'm looking at, we're starting at part 3 because I want to make the filling so that it's ready when I need it, okay? So Joel is going to grab for me our Brilliant saucepan. It's the smaller of the 2 sizes. He's going to bring it right over to me. So I have got a half a cup of sugar and a 1/4 cup of water, and he is just going to take this over to the stove top, you guys, and it's going to be on medium for like 8 minutes. Pretty boring to watch, right? But he's going to just swirl it every now and then. He's not going to stir it. He's going to swirl it for 8 minutes. When that is done, he is just going to add heavy cream, and he's going to whisk it up, and then we will have that part ready to go, okay? So I am going to start with the dough. So I have got my deluxe stand mixer here. Oh, let me get my butter. So I've got 2 sticks of unsalted butter, you guys, that I cut into cubes a while ago. And I've got 2½ cups of flour. So I'm going to get that into my mixer. Now, you guys, these are the Easy Read measuring cups. I don't know if you're familiar, or I don't know if you can see from your side, but the increments of measure are printed on the inside. So when you're pouring, you can see yourself as you're pouring the amount without it being backwards and not having to like scrunch down and squint to see it. But anywho, 2½ cups of flour. I've got 1 teaspoon of salt. I've got 2 tablespoons of sugar. And then I have my 2 sticks of unsalted butter going in. Okay. So if you are new to our deluxe stand mixer, you guys, it has presets, which is fabulous. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on mix. It defaults to 2.5 minutes, which is exactly what I need. And I know you probably can't see it from here, but it has these little emojis, if you will. So because I'm mixing, it's showing me that I need the paddle attachment, so I know that I'm right. But if I were to be whipping, it would show me I needed a whisk. If I were to be kneading dough, it would show me that I needed the dough hook. So that is gonna go for 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So if I get distracted by the laundry, by the phone ringing, or just talking to you guys, after 2.5 minutes, it's gonna stop, okay? So I am going to move on to the pears, and this is a cheat, you guys. In part for the sake of time, I'm not going to slice up 5 cups of pears. I am going to use sliced pears, and I'm going to drain them in my mesh strainer here, you guys, okay? So I don't know, can you see? You can still see. So I just got my strainer in the sink, and I'm just pouring in 4 cans of pears, but I wanted to do it early enough in the recipe so that a lot of the liquid kind of drains off of it so we don't have a soggy pie. And because I'm using the canned pears, you guys, when we get to the part of making the filling, you're going to notice that I'm not adding additional water because, again, we've got plenty of moisture here from the canned fruit. So I'm just going to let that hang out there for a while we keep going, okay? So just a little bit about me, and I hope you can hear me over the stand mixer. It's not that loud, but I don't usually go live over the over the stand mixer. But a little bit about me, you guys. I have been a Pampered Chef consultant for 4 years. This month, November, is actually my 4-year Pampered Chef anniversary. And the reason I joined Pampered Chef, you guys, is because I was already cooking and sharing anyway. Me and my kids would bake cookies. I posted on Instagram, I posted on Facebook, I posted in my story with some music. So it's something that we were already doing, and I wanted to see if I could make something of it. So by education, you guys, I'm a physical therapist. I got my doctorate in 2010. So I have been a PT for 15 years. I don't know that I've really done anything else in my life for 15 years other than be married to this guy. But every now and then I do get to pull out those skills of like body mechanics, especially when it comes to leverage, because again, I'm not very tall. So if I'm trying to cut something with our quick slice and I can't get the leverage, pulling out a step stool and showing people how to do that, going to a lower countertop. If I have customers that have arthritis or struggle to open things or struggle to lift heavier things, I can make recommendations of different tools that they can use. But most of all, you guys, this is my fun job. For the most part, this is the fun job. This is how I decompress. And then just as a reminder, and I've told you guys before, probably if you saw my commercial, I am not a baker. All right, you guys, I am going to go ahead and do a 1/4 cup of ice water. So I just removed the ice from my water, and I'm gonna pour it down to, let's see, 1/4 cup. Okay, so this is going into my stand mixer. And I'm going to end that and start again. Mix for another 2.5 minutes. There we go. Okay, I'm not a baker, but I can follow a recipe, you guys. So the pie that I am making right here, right now with you guys is the 5th pie I have ever made in my life. I have been practicing for a month so that I could do this with you guys. When they told me that I had to make a pie, you guys, I literally laughed out loud because I have failed twice making pumpkin pie, once live in a party, because 10 minutes into baking, I realized I didn't put in the sugar. So that is a big reason why I pre-measure all of my ingredients when I'm going live or when I'm cooking with kids, just for the sake of making sure we don't get distracted, okay? So I do have 2 kids. They're 12 and 14. They're getting a little bit older now. I have a dog. I have a hubby. And I love the flexibility that Pampered Chef provides me, okay? So I'm about half-time physical therapist, half-time Pampered Chef consultant. I do put a lot of time into this, but it really does pay off. The more you work, the more you earn. I have earned a paycheck, trips, awards, free products, all of that type of stuff. So just wanted to let you know you can still grab our heart-shaped stone for $19.80 this month and join as a consultant. So be sure to reach out to the consultant that invited you if you have questions about that, okay? Busy people make the best consultants. You can have a career and be a Pampered Chef consultant, but you guys, you can also be a hobbyist. So my team has moms, dads, grandparents, teachers, bus drivers. We have a speech pathologist on my team. Can you imagine having a Pampered Chef consultant that can also give you advice about how to make food easier to chew? So I'm just saying, when you put on your Pampered Chef apron, you're putting it on top of your personality, on top of the skills you already have, on top of your character. Anybody can do this, okay? So we've got about 30 seconds. That's still doing its thing. I'm gonna wash my hands. And you probably noticed no rings, you guys. I'm gonna be touching the dough. So I don't want any gunk getting in my pie dough, as clean as I think I may be. With me talking. Are you guys bored yet? All right, so I'm going to get my dough here out of my stand mixer. Okay, so again, I mentioned that there is going to be a bit of movie magic here. So your dough, you guys, you are going to take it and you're going to make it into 2 discs. And then this is going to need to chill in your fridge for a half an hour. So obviously I'm not going to keep you here for a half an hour while that's happening. I do have some dough already made up for that. But then now I will have dough for the next time that I want to make a pie. So you guys, if you're kind of making pies and you're making dough ahead, it can live in your fridge for a couple days. So you could make the dough today and then bake your pie tomorrow. But it will keep in your freezer for like 2 months, okay? So if you're gonna use it in a couple days, fabulous. Otherwise, freeze it. So I'm gonna pop it in my fridge for now. It's probably gonna genuinely end up in my freezer. But again, I've got some dough that I prepped ahead. How's that coming, babe?
We got a couple more seconds.
Okay. Well, then I will let you do your thing and we will move on with this. So I've got flour, you guys, in my powdered sugar shaker, which I really love this idea. So now I feel like I need to get another powdered sugar shaker for my actual powdered sugar, because I'm going to keep mine in this. And then I've got the baker's roller, you guys. So if you are not familiar, the baker's roller is a double-ended rolling pin. Really nice for when you need the smaller end to roll, like if you're rolling into a pan and you wanted to roll something into the corners and everything. But it's also really easy for kiddos to handle, a lot easier than a standard rolling pin. So I'm gonna muscle it with my baker's roller. And you may be wondering, you guys, why I chose unsalted butter for this recipe. And I will tell you the absolute truth, because Connie told me to. And you may be wondering, who's Connie? So through the course of my Pampered Chef business over the last few years, you guys, I have made a lot of friends with customers and hosts. And when I said I had to make a pie for Pampered Chef and I was a little bit nervous, I reached out to a couple of my customers, Connie and Faith. And let me tell you what these ladies did. They ordered the pie molds, they ordered pie plates, and they have been practicing with me. So I took Connie's advice on just using the unsalted butter, because we added salt anyway. And then as another tweak when we get to that portion, you guys, so this recipe calls for cardamom, which is not something that maybe a lot of people have in their kitchen. So if you do not have it, you can just use cinnamon for the whole thing. It's gonna taste more like an apple pie, but me and the gals did some taste testing of that over the last few weeks, which has been really, really fun. So that is one of my favorite things about being a Pampered Chef consultant, is the community that I build, and not just with my team, but with my customers that become friends. So I know that if I have questions about something gluten-free, I can ask Barb, and I know if I have questions on how to make something vegan and what else to put in it, I can ask Tony. I bet you ladies didn't know you were getting a shout out, but too bad. So this is the pastry mat, you guys. It gives increments of measure on both sides, but you can see it's got circles in the middle. So it is telling me how close I am to the 12-inch circle that I want. How you doing?
Good, I'm good.
Did you put your heavy cream in?
I did.
And then you whisked it up?
Yep.
Oh, you want to show it to the people?
Sure.
Since I'm still rolling.
You see that there?
I should make you roll for a while. So I will tell you guys, this doesn't have to be perfect. We're rolling it out to a 12-inch circle, but ultimately it's going to be too big for our pan, and we'll be able to trim the ends. So we do want it to be circular in shape, but it is totally fine if your edges are a little bit not perfect. Now we are getting there. And so another thing that I will let you guys know is that if you're gonna make a pie, you're not gonna have to do it live on Pampered Chef Live within 30 minutes, okay? You will be able to take your time, pour a cup of coffee or wine, depending on the time of the day that it is. If your dough feels too sticky, pop it back in the fridge for a little bit. If your dough feels too firm to roll out, let it rest for a few minutes. You guys are not gonna be on a time crunch. And I think if you take your time with it, you're gonna find that it really is kind of a fun thing to do. Again, this is my 5th pie I've ever made in my life. And I think we're gonna call this good. Will you grab me that pie plate? All right, you guys, so I know you were anticipating that I was gonna be using the plum pie plate tonight. We are using our beautiful white stone pie plate, equally as pretty, but the plum pie plate did sell out. So I'm going to give you all a suggestion right now. If there's something that you want of the holiday products, of the seasonal products, don't wait, you guys. Reach out to the consultant that invited you. Maybe even tonight, place an order so that you don't miss out on the things that you wanted for gifts and for your friends and family. So if you're interested in that electric wine bottle opener that Stephanie showed you last week, I wouldn't wait. Just a little advice from your new favorite Pampered Chef consultant, right? Okay. I think we'll leave it there. We'll be good. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and mix up our filling. You want to bring me the bowl?
Oh, sure. Leave that first.
All right, so we have got our mixing bowl here. I've got my drained pears, and then Joel, you're going to hand me those 2 little bowls there that have cornstarch in one. So this is 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, which is going to help thicken up this whole thing, right? And then I pre-measured my cardamom and my cinnamon. Okay, and I'm going to toss this around a little bit. And then I'm going to let him pour that on.
All right.
Flipping my notes. All right. So I did a little learning for you guys. Thank you, Amy, for grabbing me the cardamom. Another fun fact about Rachel is that I don't drive. So I do have a friend that helps me with groceries and was able to find this fantastic, I don't know what we want to call it, herb seasoning. But cardamom is a flowering plant native to India. Did you know that? It is often, don't laugh. You didn't know it either? It's often used in savory dishes, you guys. It adds flavors and it gives the undercurrent of chai. So I learned that just for you guys. But again, if you don't have it, you don't want to splurge on a bottle just for making one pie, you can do cinnamon for the whole thing. It is just going to taste more like a traditional apple pie. So if you are one of my coworkers and you got to taste the pie I made last week, that was just with cinnamon. So when I bring you guys this one, it's going to have cinnamon and cardamom, and you're going to have to let me know what you think. Let me flatten these down a little bit. Okay, and I'm going to have you set this out of my way for now. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so the next thing that we need to do is make the braids with the mold, okay? So the mold has braids here. It also has beads. So I'm going to use beads around the rim of my pie, you guys, but I'm going to use braids for the lattice portion of it. And then I have some more dough. So that's why we separated it into 2, you guys. So one little pod, I guess, of the dough was for the crust, and the other one is for making your lattice across the top. So I am going to roll each piece about the length of that, you guys, and then I'm going to press it in there. And then my hubby's going to come back. Because I don't think these folks just want to stare at me the whole time. So if anybody has questions that maybe Joel can answer in the chat, or maybe I can just interview my hubby. So maybe we'll start with you telling me what's your favorite part of being a Pampered Chef husband?
Number 1 for me is definitely the trips. The trips are incredible. I have to say we had a lot of good times on these trips, and it's a very good perk of what she does. So that's my number 1 thing. That's what I have to say.
So me and Joel have been married for coming up on 17 years, you guys. I would say it's safe to say that we pretty much do everything together, and he definitely supports me in everything I do. And a while back, several years back, Joel got to break dance on stage with Vanilla Ice, and I got to be there, and now I get to do Pampered Chef Live, and Joel gets to be here, so this is kind of like my Vanilla Ice.
It sure is.
Okay, so we really need to press these in, you guys, and it's okay if you do it in little bits and pieces to fill it. It's not going to do any harm with that. And I'm only going to have you guys watch me make one round of these because I do have some pre-made, because my goodness, this is not super exciting, but it's definitely worth it because it comes out really pretty. Let me roll this one.
You're too fast for me to read.
Oh man. Oh, I say, Lisa, oh, you love my laugh. Lisa, I got that from my grandma. I tell that to everyone. It's genetic. There's nothing I can do about it, but I'm glad that you like it. All right, let me fill in some of these gaps.
That's good.
It doesn't look good. It will look good, but it doesn't. It looks like a toddler did it, but that is okay. So I'm just going to fill that in there. So you see, you guys, why you wanted to wash your hands and not have rings on? Because, man, okay. So I have got this filled up and pressed down very, very well. And then I am going to use an angled spreader, you guys, to scrape off the excess, okay? So you could set this aside for your next round of braids that you're doing, but again, I have pre-made some more braids. All right, sweet. So after you scrape this, you guys, you do want to press it in just one more time to make sure it has taken the shape of the mold. Okay.
Good.
Thanks. I didn't know I needed a supervisor.
Yep.
Yep. My goodness. Okay. So you want to just kind of slowly peel it back. If your dough has gotten a little bit warm like mine has, you don't want them to break. And you've got 6 that you're working on at the same time. So just take your time. I feel like I'm moving in slow motion.
Well, they're coming out in slow motion.
Sorry guys, I didn't want them to break. Okay, so now I'm going to grab my pie back. And then you can grab me my extra ones that I already made if you want to set them right here so that I can reach them too. Okay, so you are going to take 5 of the braids, you guys, and you are going to put them across. So my other ones, you guys, I just had prepped and laid them out on one of my flexible cutting mats and popped them in the fridge with saran wrap on them. I didn't want them to dry out while we were waiting for this. So I have got 5 this way. And then this is the big trick for weaving, okay? So you're going to want a piece of wax paper or parchment paper, you guys, and you are going to choose these every other strip. So I'm going to choose these 2. And then I'm going to take another braid and I'm going to put it straight across. And then I'm going to bring those back. And then you're going to take the 3 that you hadn't brought in. And you're going to put another strip across. You're going to bring those back down. And then you're going to bring up those 2. And you can see that some of my braids are too long, but that's okay because that's what scissors are for. And so I'm going to do the same thing the opposite way. So I started with bringing the 2. So I'm going to bring the 3 this time because I want it to look like a basket weave, you know. I'm going to bring those down. And then I have to flip up these two. Okay, so I want you to see that lattice work. If you're a perfectionist, you can wiggle them around a little bit. Ooh, let me not spill my pie filling. Okay, and so let me go ahead and trim some of these longer ones off. If you have our Pampered Chef scissors, you guys go ahead and say so in the comments. These are my absolute favorite. I got them with my knife block as a consultant in my early days. I earned them, but they are still one of my very favorite pieces because if you don't have them, you guys, they come completely apart so that you can clean them and you don't have to worry that gunk is getting stuck there in the notch. So because if you're cutting dough or things that include like raw ingredients, you want to make sure that you're able to get your scissors clean if you're using them for cutting chicken, anything like that. So I have some water, secret ingredient, right? In my 1 cup prep bowl, and I'm just putting water on the edge here because I'm going to put my beads on and that's going to help them stick. Dolores taught me that. Thank you, Dolores. I hope you're watching. If not, I'll get you. And so we're just going to do that all around the edge here, and then we will put our beads on. Now, you could have done beads all throughout this if you liked the look of that instead, but we did braids across and we are doing beads around. So my husband did tell me that I'm an expert now because this is my 5th pie, and apparently that's all it takes.
Absolutely.
All right, you guys, so how pretty is that and how easy was that to do? And I did that in 27 minutes. Can you believe it? Okay. So I'm going to show it to you, hopefully without tipping my filling. But this needs to chill in the fridge for another 15 minutes before we put it in the oven, okay? Fridge. Thank you, babe. So the last thing that I do want to show you, I'm not actually going to do this step, babe. I need an egg. Thank you. I am going to use our egg separator, and I wanted to show this to you even though I'm not going to brush on my egg wash because we grabbed our kids club box. We have a new kids club box that is available this month called the Extra Yummy Box. Just come right here and hold the box. Okay. And it includes our egg separator, you guys, and it includes our cinnamon, it includes recipe cards, it includes a super adorable pin. So your kids can use the egg separator and learn recipes and how to make things, and that's absolutely fabulous. So it separates my yolk from my egg whites. And this recipe, you guys, for the egg wash, I'm not using the whites, which is what I've typically used before in recipes. I'm actually using the yolks. And I just have the nice, pretty yolk there. I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of water, whisk it up. And then in 10 to 15 minutes, when I'm ready to bake that pie, you guys, I'm going to put it on top. So reason being is I really want my dough to set. We've been playing with it for a while. It was sitting out for a little bit before we got started with all of these lights and everything. And you want the egg wash to be the last thing that you do. And you don't want to put it on too soon, and you don't want to put it on warm dough because then it's going to soak into the dough and it's going to get soggy instead of giving you that nice flaky, more crispy crust that you want. So I do have a finished pie. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to pull that out now, Michael, or if you wanted to do the drawing. Let me know. Back to you.
Well, we can go either way. Since I'm already coming back on, how about we'll do our giveaway, and then after that, we can see the finished product. So you two are so fun to watch together. You make 17 years of marriage is really showing in the best way. So that's wonderful. So all right, so we'll give you a quick breather while we do our giveaway and a couple quick announcements. So tonight, to help you be a better pie maker, be more equipped, we're going to give away to three winners tonight are going to get 3 packs of pie crust mix and the silicone pie crust mold so that you can make beautiful lattice work just like Rachel and Joel did. So our lucky winners tonight, congratulations, friends. The winners tonight are Cassie Winkleman, Kaya Darling, and Alexis Pollock. You are our winners. Congratulations, Cassie, Kaya, and Alexis. I will be in touch with you to give you to get your shipping information. So look for an email from me later tonight, and we will get you 3 packs of pie crust mix. So you're almost on your way to 5 at that point, just like Rachel. And then you can use that lattice work to, or the silicone pie crust mold to be as perfectionist or not as you would like to be. So congratulations, winners. A couple other things just real quick to tell you about. If you are starting to think about gift giving, you're not too late. It's right on time, because for the entire month of November, we have this massive sale going on with 92 different products being on sale for 20% off. So check out the website for the full list of products on sale and talk to your consultant about any questions you have about any of those products. And if you are considering hosting a party, you can get 60% off of any 2 items with qualifying party sales. So you can knock out your holiday shopping and get some great gifts for yourself in the process. And now you might be thinking, well, November is already almost over, right? No, you can do the holiday pop-up shop option, which is an abbreviated time. It happens through our table platform, which is our own proprietary platform. It's so easy to do this with your friends over text messages. It's just so convenient and easy, and you got time. So if you want to lock in that 60% off of 2 products of your choice, talk to your consultant ASAP to get this party booked by the end of the month. Now, that's all I've got. So I'm going to hand back to Rachel and Joel. Do you want to show us, or do you want to do some Q&A first?
I think we'll just show you.
Okay, let's see.
You go ahead and grab that pie out of the oven. So pretend, you guys, that I did my egg wash just right on my neat little lattice work, not splattering it at all on any other parts of the pie. We baked it for 400 degrees for 25 minutes, put foil on top for the second half, did another half hour, and look at our beautiful pear pie. Now, I will let you guys know, Joel took today off work so he could practice with me. Isn't he a good husband?
Yes, I love it. Joel, the real MVP. Y'all are amazing. That looks so good. And I have personally never had a pear pie.
Neither have we.
But I like to have pears in around Christmas time or in the holidays. So I'm really intrigued to try this. You're making me feel like I could maybe I could do it. Okay, a couple questions for you.
Sure.
So first of all, someone said, could you use refrigerated pie crusts for this? Do you have a sense?
I don't see why not.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as it's moldable. So when you roll out a refrigerated pie crust, it might be a little bit stiff. So you're probably going to want to let it sit at room temperature. You'd be fine for the bottom, but for putting it in the molds, as long as it's flexible enough that you could put it in the molds, I don't see why not.
Okay, great. So this next question says, it says, did you pre-bake the crust before adding the pear mixture?
Did not, no.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you put it all in and then just bake it all at once.
Yep.
Great.
And my coworkers said that when they sliced it, it stayed. Like it wasn't soggy and swimming around. It was good.
Okay, great. Another question. You were talking about those scissors. Someone wants to know, is it okay to sharpen the scissors? Do you have any sense about that?
I've never sharpened mine, and I've had them for 4 years. But I don't use them for a lot of like really stiff type things. Now we do have a blade sharpener, so I would think they would be totally fine to do that. They're just stainless steel. They're not coated with anything. So I would say that you could probably go ahead and do that. I've just never done it.
Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. So question for Joel, you were talking about, the trips and the benefits. Part of the fun of being a consultant is you get to earn a lot of products. What are some of the products that you, Joel, appreciate having in the house the most for your own cooking or because you get to benefit from them?
Well, I might not have the name of it, but I like the one that does the fries. That's the
rapid prep mandolin.
Rapid prep mandolin.
Yes. I love that. That's great.
I love making my own pre-fries, and that's a blast.
I mean, fries is the peak usage of the
Yes.
mandolin. I love it.
Now, Joel goes live with me quite often in my parties, so he's pretty famous for the electric wine bottle opener and for the pop and stir.
Yes, love it. Okay, couple other things, just two last two things. One would be if you had any advice to someone who is considering whether or not they could also be a part-time consultant and a part-time fill in the blank. what advice would you to offer to someone who would be a part-time consultant while also working another job?
Yeah, and that's pretty much what I am. I mean, my goal is to be a full-time consultant at some point, but right now I'm about half-time. I was full-time for my first 2 years of being a Pampered Chef consultant, and you kind of just fit it in where you can. But I think the biggest thing that people like to see is they like to see you in your kitchen and cooking. So you can take pictures anytime you're making a recipe, so it doesn't have to be time consuming. You can flip your camera on and go live while you're making dinner. You can really make it fit into your life. And I think Pampered Chef is a brand that it's a lot easier to do that. Folks may have seen me in the past going live in a bathrobe because I can just show up. It doesn't necessarily matter what I look like. I am here to cook with you guys. So I don't have to be fancy. I don't have to have my nails done. I can just be me. And I think that's my favorite part.
I love it. I love it. What a great testament to the flexibility there. All right. So the last one's not a question. It's just lots of people are saying, can you slice up that pie and show us a slice? Maybe if you want to,
we can
take a bite and test out your handiwork.
Here, I'll grab it. You grab a plate. Okay. And somebody I saw it pop up had asked what kind of pears. Where I live, we have Myers, so I just got the sliced pears, you guys. But you want the one that's just packed in water or packed in fruit juice, not in a syrup or with any artificial sweeteners added in. So I just got the store brand of the pears, nothing fancy.
What's wrong with that?
The green one's fine.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
While you do that, I'll just say to everyone, thank you so much for coming, friends. We'd love to have you. And Rachel and Joel, this has been such a delight to have you all. Your energy, your warmth. I feel like I just want to hang out in your kitchen for a while. So thank you so much for hosting. And friends, if you are interested in learning more about being a consultant, you can connect with the consultant that invited you, or you can visit the Be a Consultant page on our website and learn more. And next week, we'll be back same time next week with Melody, who's going to teach us how to use gift-worthy appliances to make a holiday salsa, a hearty casserole, and a creamy Irish coffee. And she's going to help you with some gift inspiration along the way. I think the link to register for that event on our website is broken right now. We will get that fixed tomorrow. So for next week's event, the registration link is currently broken. Just come back later tomorrow or the next day and you'll be able to register. Okay, enough from me. Let's close out by seeing this pie.
It fell apart. He still looks good, and that's why I love him.
The great thing is pie does not have to look good to taste good, right? Some would argue that the uglier the pie, the tastier it might be. So all right, friends, we are going to wrap it up. Any parting words for us, Rachel or Joel? What do you think?
No, I just think anybody can do this.
Amazing. I agree. Joel, what do you think?
I agree. I think anybody can do it.
Amazing. Well, thank you two for doing it. And thank all of you for joining us tonight. We're going to sign off there. Thanks so much. We'll catch you next time.